My best friend said she just happened to sleep with my boyfriend, so I made sure her consequences just happened too. Candace had been my best friend since we were 13. We had survived high school drama, college heartbreaks, and career disasters together. I trusted her with my life, my passwords, and my boyfriend of 2 years, a trust that turned out to be the biggest mistake I'd ever make. It started 3 weeks before my 25th birthday party. I noticed Candace was touching Rodri more during group hangouts. She told me, "Girl, you're being paranoid. Rodri is like a brother to me." I felt weird about it, but convinced myself I was being jealous and controlling. Then at our friend group's game night, Candace spent the entire evening focused on Rodri, laughing too loudly at his jokes and making comments about how lucky I was to have such a hot boyfriend. When Rodri went to the bathroom, she followed, claiming she needed to powder her nose. They were gone for 15 minutes. When they came back, Candace's lipstick was smudged and Rodri wouldn't make eye contact with me. When I asked what took so long, no one answered. The night of my birthday party, everything came crashing down. I'd planned this celebration for months, and Candace had volunteered to help host, which meant she had keys to the venue and arrived early to set up decorations. By the time guests started arriving, she was already tipsy and immediately attached herself to Rodri, pulling him onto the dance floor. Every time I looked over, she was grinding against him, whispering in his ear, running her hands through his hair. When I tried to cut in, she giggled and said, "Birthday girl, just let me borrow your man for one more song." 2 hours into my own party, I realized I hadn't seen either of them in 20 minutes. I searched everywhere, including the bathroom, the kitchen, and the balcony. Finally, I checked the venue's back office, the one Candace had the key to. The door was locked, but I could hear moaning inside. My heart stopped. I used my emergency key and walked in to find my best friend riding my boyfriend on the office couch, both of them naked and too drunk to notice me at first. The confrontation was immediate and brutal. Rodri scrambled for his clothes while mumbling apologies, but Candace looked me dead in the eye and shrugged. "Babe, it just happened. We were drunk, we were dancing, things got heated. You're totally overreacting." She was still topless, sitting casually like she'd been caught eating my leftovers instead of destroying my entire world. Her words started ringing in my head, and I realized that she had broken something in me, something that couldn't be fixed. If Candace thought she could dismiss 10 years of friendship and betray me because it just happened, then she was about to learn what else could just happen. I walked out of that party without saying another word, but my mind was racing. I had a decade of her secrets, lies, and dirty laundry stored in my memory, plus screenshots of conversations where she'd confessed things she'd never want public. She just started her dream job at a prestigious marketing firm, was planning to move in with her long-term boyfriend Derek, and had carefully curated her image as the perfect loyal friend. I would use that like a weapon because it was time to show everyone who Candace really was. I began with her new job. I created a detailed timeline documenting Candace's pattern of sleeping with taken men, including her affair with her married professor in college, the time she hooked up with her friend's fiancé at a bachelorette party, and of course her sleeping with my boyfriend. I sent it anonymously to her HR department with the subject line, "Character concerns about new hire Candace." Next, I called Derek. "Hey, this is going to be hard to hear, but I thought you should know what happened at my birthday party." I told him everything. Derek's voice went deadly quiet and he hung up. Within hours, Candace was calling me, sobbing, "What did you tell Derek? He's throwing all my stuff out. He won't even talk to me." But I wasn't done. I reached out to our entire friend group and shared the full story along with Candace's greatest hits of relationship sabotage. The social media fallout was swift and merciless. She posted a desperate story, dealing with jealous people trying to ruin my life. Real friends know who I am. The comments were brutal. "Yeah, we do know who you are now. Sleeping with your best friend's boyfriend at her birthday party? Classy. Derek deserves better." Within a week, Candace was in full panic mode. Her new job had called her in for a character discussion after receiving multiple anonymous reports about her behavior. Derek had blocked her on everything and was already dating someone new. Our friend group had voted her out of our shared vacation rental for next month. She left me a 20-minute voicemail, crying and begging, "Please, I'm so sorry. I was drunk. It was a mistake. You're ruining my entire life over one stupid night." Looks like getting fired and kicked out still wasn't enough to make her take some responsibility. Her parents had already cut her off years ago, so I had no idea where she went after I blocked her, but she probably ended up homeless.